Basically, let's just say, he got separated from his people and trying to make it and got caught,
Okay.
Now it's like he doesn't know any better and thinks that he has to be in service.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great. It's going to work out fantastic.
All right.
This is Creating Grin. Join us as we play Dungeons & Dragons around ye old table, throwing dice, telling stories, and creating legacies. My name is Eric. I will be your Dungeon Master for this special character background one-shot. With me is a member of our crit crew. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
I am Jason. I will be playing Nox, a changeling rogue. As we go across this, you're going to have many different faces this time around, and we'll see how well I can swing it.
All right. So, the title of our background one-shot is Obsidian of Stygian. Nox, you and a couple of your Silent Sanction associates have been given a recon or rescue op by the Royal Syndicate based on suspicious activity taking place in a very old tower made of obsidian located on the continent of Stygian. The Syndicate's arcane advisor believes something significant was taking place in this tower based on strong arcane disturbances traced from the arcane ley lines beneath the tower itself. After presenting these findings and beliefs to the Royal Syndicate's council, they decided to send forth an informant to investigate these arcane disturbances. The informant was to infiltrate, investigate, and report their findings, but the informant has been silent for 10 days or weeks. Feeling this to be no coincidence, the Syndicate Council once again sent another person, this time from the Silent Sanction, on a recon and rescue mission to hopefully find out what happened to the informant and rescue them, if alive. And that was 10 days or weeks ago. And they have been silent also. Our story begins on the continent of Stygian with you, Nox, standing on the shores of the Darkphathoms coast, a quarter mile from the Obsidian Tower. This 100-foot tall, dark Obsidian Tower rests in a valley called the Valley of Corruption, as it is nestled between two mountain ranges on the far eastern side of the Obsidian Peaks. The Obsidian Tower is believed to have belonged to a long-forgotten mad sorcerer, who many believe is responsible for the dark oddity, macabre state the continent of Stygian is in. Hidden, go ahead and give me a stealth roll, if you will.
Let's see if we're off to a good start. $13, a 5 plus 8.
Okay. Hidden by the cover of night, along with the shoreline's terrain from plain sight, you patiently perceive. Go ahead and give me a perception.
$23, 19 plus 4.
So you're patiently perceiving the coastline, waiting for your two associates to arrive. As you look back to the dinghy, which you have stashed and hidden, and if you look on the table, I think there's a small little wooden... I don't know where it went to.
A little wooden boat?
Yep, that's your dinghy.
That's my dinghy.
That's yours. You know the next step in completing this task that you've been given is going to test your strength and will. And at this point, what would Nox be doing as you are hidden, patiently waiting?
So how far off am I?
From the tower itself, you're about a quarter mile away.
Okay.
Your plan is essentially you were to acquire a boat, which is the dinghy you have, and you're going to basically row towards the tower. And the reason being is you have discovered kind of a low-tide cavern entrance that you believe ties into the lower dungeons or levels of this tower.
And then how late were the associates?
How
late are they?
They're not necessarily late yet.
Okay.
You don't know who they are. You just know you're supposed to meet with a couple of associates from the Silent Sanction, which is your kind of group or faction within the syndicate, if that helps.
All right.
You said your hide was a 13.
Yes.
Or your stealth, I guess it would be.
Stealth was a 13.
And then 23
for perception.
Okay. So based off that, I'm going to check their passive perceptions to kind of... Okay. Okay, excellent. So anything you want to do before proceeding on?
I'm going to shape into a different character.
Okay.
It'll be a human male, let's say a fighter.
Excellent.
This will be my Claudio personality.
Okay. Do you want to explain in detail what that might look like to our viewers and listeners?
He'll be wearing all black garb, leather pants, leather black jacket, sharp shoulder pads. He'll have dark black hair, a little bit of a black goatee going on.
Okay.
To hide my true nature as of right now. And I will not expose some of my more common identities that I use in other settings.
Okay. So as you are looking out at the ocean, the low tide is in full effect currently. You know, kind of thinking, this is your window of opportunity. Basically because the tide will raise. When the tide rises, the cavern will flood, essentially. So you've got a time limit on this kind of rescue recon operation. So you're patiently waiting. It comes to about the point when they should have been here. A few minutes roll by. You're getting a little antsy. And that is when you are going to hear behind you a very, very faint kind of shifting of sand or boots in sand. And you just quickly turn around because your perception was so high. And you're going to kind of catch an attempt of somebody to put a dagger in your back. And when you look, you can see it's two friends of yours, as they are playing a game that you and some of the others have played, where you try to best each other's skills. They were able to spot you because your hide roll was low, but your perception was quick enough that they couldn't get the drop on you. Now, while we're building our backstory and our campaign together, let's talk and do a little bit of diving into what do you think these associates' names might be. And not only that, would they be male, female?
Let's do one male, one female.
Okay. Now I am using, for you listeners and viewers, if you want to follow along, I'm using two statistics for these two associates of his. One of them will be a spy and one of them is a scout. So you can assign who you want to be the spy, whether it be the female or male.
Female will be the spy.
Okay.
Male will be the scout.
Excellent. Now, as far as naming goes, what do you think would be a good idea for them, or how do you think your faction would operate?
Do you have any races in mind?
That's up to you too. This is your background. We're gonna let you build this and flesh this out a little bit.
Do a human, female,
Okay.
and a male elf, wood elf.
Okay, male wood elf, human, female. Now, as far as names, will they have one? Will they go by pseudonyms, or will they go by call signs? What are you thinking?
We will use not real names.
Okay.
For the sake of this.
Yep.
Oh boy, now I gotta think of names. Off the top of my head.
I mean, for the sake of time, we can just keep them as spy and scout.
Yeah, let's just do that for now.
And then we can fill that in maybe in some fun role play when we
Yeah.
start up season 2. So we'll just keep them as spy and scout. That'll help keep
As I said, human, female.
Yes, human female and wood elf male. Now, do you think there would be any significance to these particular NPCs in your background, or are these just two you've worked with in the past? Would there be some sort of backstory tie-in with them, do you think?
We will do probably somebody in the Royal Syndicate. And we've probably just been a little bit of a group together.
Okay, so you've worked together in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a good kind of yin and yang, or kind of zen to... I like that.
Oh, shit. I thought I had frozen up. Really good.
All right. So, I'm going to say that our human female, codenamed Spy, very original,
Very, very.
is going to say, well, look who we have here, with a slight smile or smirk on her face as she kind of makes her way into kind of the close approximation. As you will see Scout putting away his dagger as he was trying to tag you in the game of Rogue, I guess we'll call that.
Yes, rogue games.
Right? As the Wood Elf male Scout is going to say, well, did you bring it? Referring to the dinghy or the boat.
I have the dinghy. The dinghy's back there.
Excellent. So he will make his way when you kind of notify the direction of where it is, and he's going to uncover it, and he's going to say, well, nicely done, large enough to support not only us, but anyone we can rescue or recover. Spy, the human female, is going to step up to you and say, so what's the plan? What do you know, and why are we here so early in the morning on a dangerous beach at low tide?
We had to get in while the tide is low, or else we will not be able to make it. We have time is of the essence. We cannot be screwing around.
All right. Well, how much time do we have?
It's a high tide in this area.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't do all that research for this. I would say, give or take, your character would know you've got, I don't know, a couple hours.
A couple hours, yeah.
So you can't dilly-dally too much.
Yeah. We have to strike while the low tide is now.
Okay.
We have to be able to get ourselves out.
All right.
Be able to get ourselves in. Somebody that would be doing these missions before would know something like this.
So she's going to look a little flustered as you kind of best her with words. At this point, Scout will have begun dragging the boat from the shore to get to the water. And he says, are you two going to banter, or are you going to help me so we can get moving with this?
Let's go. Let's go.
So the two of you will lightly jog, lending your aid to help Scout put the boat into the water. There's 2 oars, in which both Scout and Spy will take up, as they will look to you to be the guide or the survivalist of this trek, because you have the most information and done the most research on how to achieve this mission properly, they hope. So, we will...
She said it's still dawn, correct?
It's probably like 2 a.m.-ish.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
we want to definitely work before we lose sunlight as well. Or lose the night as well.
Correct. So after taking the time, kind of catching up with these associates of yours, and placing the dinghy and getting it into the water, everybody's chosen their assignment. I'm going to have... You're going to instruct them essentially you're going to travel along the ocean waters for about 10 minutes or so, and you're going to point in the direction of where the tower is. So the beach is going to end eventually kind of into the water, and that'll be the direction you take. I'm going to have each one of you guys give me some checks, and I'm going to actually have you roll for them as well.
Right.
So just kind of help keep track of that. I'm going to have you, since you're doing the navigating, you're going to be survival as your DC that you're going to need to make. And you'll need to make an athletics check for your partner, Spy and Scout.
Alright, survival is a 19, 17 plus 2. And athletics?
Yes, correct.
Alright.
Just make one roll.
One roll.
Yeah, we're kind of montaging in just to see what they can do.
Oh, that's a 4. So, hopefully they got some stats.
They have no stats to recover from a 4. I mean, they have stats, but... let's see. So, I'm going to look at those. Yeah, they're going to have a total of 8. You're going to be able to move. But there's a rule set in here that's going to play into our timing. So how this is going to work is... I need you to roll me a d6.
4.
Okay. So your dinghy takes 4 points of damage, whether it's dragging bottom, slamming into a rock that wasn't seen, or some type of damage is suffered along the way. And not only that, you're going to lose some time. So I'd like you to roll with me a d4.
One.
Okay. So because of the damage taken, it's going to affect your navigation a little bit. You're going to lose about 30 minutes of time. So keep track of that on a piece of paper. I got a dry erase marker somewhere if you want to write on the board. Anyway, don't lose track of that. With that being said, only being delayed 30 minutes or so, you are going to begin to hear the thundering sound of waves that are colliding with the obsidian stone that echoes out ominously as the water becomes ever more treacherous. You are able to traverse, but you are noticing a strong shift in the waves and the danger. Let's see if I can use our new tabletop here effectively. Is it dark?
We got 3 circles and a green line.
Yep, that's what you see because you don't have dark vision, or do you have dark vision? I don't
think I do. Let me check just to make sure.
This is going to be fun.
No, I do not have dark vision.
Alright, so I'm going to lighten it up a smidgen, hopefully, here. I'm going to update it.
For our elf?
I don't know. You can kind of see. I'm going to do... Oh, yes, I forgot. The elf, which is Scout, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's dark vision. That's going to help you navigate a little bit. Let me turn on his dark vision. And he has vision enabled. 60 feet of dark vision. Can you click on the token? I don't know if it's going to transition.
The which scout?
Yep.
Oh.
You can close that off. Okay. Alright, well, it is... Dark vision is on. Allows the token to see limited spaces. We've got all that fun stuff. Let's see if that is... Aha. Let's make his vision color a little bit different. Did we do anything? Oh, no issues. I will play around with that a little bit later. I don't want to drag on. Anyway, Scout does have a better visual, and Scout also has survival. So, what that means is Scout has the ability to help you or give you advantage if he so chooses to do, because he can see in the dark a little bit better than you. Or you can transition to let him take over for survival of the boat. He can navigate because he can see better, and you can do the labor. That's
I
up
can do
to
the
you.
labor, and I would say something smart. Let's see if you are better at helping us navigate than you are at sneaking up or rowing a boat, my friend.
Oh. If you want to go ahead and take your dinghy that's on the table, a little wooden pallet, you can put it where your tokens are.
The wooden dinghy here.
Just to represent where it is.
This way or this way?
You're going to go straight up, so turn it the other way. There you go.
Alright.
Alright, so you are going to be doing the paddling. Scout is going to move forward. And that is going to be kind of what we're doing. I will have you give me an athletics check.
Oh, I'm great with athletics.
And because Spy is not proficient with athletics, there is no help from Spy.
I have a 10, a 9, and a 1.
10 is interesting. Go ahead and roll me a d20 for Scout.
And that is an 8. No, that's a 5. Sorry, my paddling tainted.
Scout rolls a 5. Scout is going to generate a total of 10 because he has 5 in his survival. So here's what's going to happen. Your boat is going to drift because the rowing was not adequate enough. The Scout was not good enough. Roll me a d6. Dinghy's taking some damage.
A 1.
Alright, so you've taken a total of how much? You rolled, I think it was a 4.
4 the last time.
So 5 points of damage to the dinghy. The dinghy has 15 points. You've taken this boat or this dinghy and you've supported it and you've reinforced it because you knew it was going to be dangerous. So you're down to 10 points of HP on the dinghy. And go ahead and give me a D4 to determine how much time would be lost getting yourself... Roll a 2, so you're another 30 minutes. So you've lost an hour's time traversing from the beach to this point. Alright, go ahead and move our boat with the tokens, and if you want to put your token on top of or put your miniature on top of the tokens, just so our viewers can see on YouTube your selected form. After squabbling a little bit in banter, as you've taken a little bit of damage to the dinghy, you're going to shout directions and locations, giving signs that to look for to Scout. Scout's going to finally be able to pick up on them, and you're going to begin traveling northwards to the cliffs. Scout's a little nervous because he's not quite sure, but you're going to reach a point where now you see a cavern that opens up into the cliffs. As that plays out, we're going to do... this.
Do I need to do anything with the map over here?
Currently, you do not.
Okay.
You should be able to start seeing some stuff, I hope. Okay, cool. Turn these on, and these on. And you should be able to start seeing... Okay. You will need to do something on our map. This is going to be where you're going to have to size it up. So you use the right button, click, and you should be able to see numbers and letters, columns and rows. You basically want to put those columns and rows at the very top and side of your map on the left and top.
Okay, so I see the numbers up top.
Yep, there should be 33 rows, or columns, I guess it would be. And then there should be, I don't know how many letters, all the way A to Q, I think. Yep. And just kind of push those numbers as far up to the top as you can, sizing everything up to your miniature within 1-inch grid. I'm sure there's a way to do this more efficiently. I haven't learned it yet, though.
I think that might be okay.
Okay. That's what you got. You guys are going to continue to navigate inside. So I am going to move your tokens up to the point in which you guys will navigate. And you can just slide the tokens in the boat to kind of fit our screen. Pushing your dinghy through the rough water and tight spaces from the cold, dark waters of the Darkphathoms coast into this very narrow cavern passage, your eyes begin to adjust as a flickering bit of low light, possibly from torch or torches or even a lantern, can be seen in the distance. Now, you should be able to see the flicker?
I see the flicker.
All right, so you're in charge of the operation. What would you like to do?
All right. Can I do any type of perception check to see if there's anybody along the coast or along the landing?
Go ahead and throw me a perception. We'll see how much detail you make out.
Yeah. Disadvantage because of the low light, or...
That would be correct.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. That's a 6.
Okay. You're able to make out the edges of the cavern. Whether it be using memorization from maps and things, as well as some of the glinting from some of the flickering torchlight. You currently don't see anything. One thing you will know, based off, again, studying this, the water will get shallow. Currently, you're okay. You know you're going to have to start directing the boat off to the right.
No.
So, is your, I guess, current marching order and assignments what you want? Do you want Scout to be the survivalist? Do you want to take back over? How do you want to play that in the boat?
I'll take back over the survival.
Okay, so you guys will quietly make a switch as he takes the paddle and oar and begins
My friends, we have lost some time. We need to have some haste in what we are doing right now.
Okay, excellent. So they will silently, or as quietly possible, dip their oars into the water and begin to navigate. You're going to instruct them to veer to the right. The boat will start kind of drifting off to the right. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Man, These dice are going to be punished. 6.
Okay.
4 and a 2.
You are able to navigate without taking too much damage, but you're going to have to roll me a d4 on the damage because you will drag bottom or hit something.
2.
Okay, so you have 2 more damages to your dinghy, so you're up to
7.
There you go, out of 15. So you're almost halfway damaged. At this point, you are going to be able to locate the source of light. It gets stronger and stronger, and you know that there is a small little beach that can be used to access these tunnels. At this point, I'm going to slide you just a little bit further, and then we'll do some checks to see how this plays out. You're going to get to about here. Let me move up a little bit. You're still hidden. You're just getting ready to enter into that torchlight flicker. Your passive perception, I believe, I have that written down, is a 14, I think. So you are going to be able to make out that there is a stone set of steps that's kind of spiral up maybe 15, 20 feet into a opening inside this cavern's wall. And to top it off, you're going to spot something interesting sitting at top keeping guard. Go ahead and give me a perception to see how much detail you make out.
18.
Okay. That's excellent. You make out a figure that is medium-sized, average height, standing there, loosely paying attention, as if I don't want to be guarding, but I have to guard. This figure is very interesting. You can't tell if it's human or what race it is. It looks to be bird-like or raven-esque. It has a cloak of feathers. It is dressed and it has long kind of talons for fingers. So you think. That's what you see. You also see that there is enough sand and there is places to tie off your dinghy once you get there. Currently, you feel like you have the element of surprise. So how do you want to go forth in executing this?
All right. I will relay the information to Scout and Spy.
Excellent.
I will not speak, though.
Oh,
Yes.
thieves can't.
Yes.
Excellent. Good call. Inspiration point for that, sir.
Ooh. So I will let them know. There is something standing on the stairwell above. Now, I don't know, does anybody have ranged attacks or not? I don't know what their stat blocks
actually,
look
you
like.
know Spy is pretty good. She's a hand crossbow. You're probably pretty close. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you're just outside of her range with a hand crossbow, but she's pretty deadly with it. And Scout has a longbow, so he's within range of everything, just about.
Okay. All right. So the plan is we're going to stealth.
Okay.
Any sign of awareness, my spy needs to take him out with
Scout.
her. Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's spy, right? You said she.
She has a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
Her good range is 30 feet. She's
Okay.
outside. If she takes a shot, it'll be
We won't
disadvantage.
be taking a shot right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she will get her hand crossbow loaded and ready. She's going to kind of keep the oar nearby, but in the boat so she doesn't lose it.
Yeah.
Now, Scout has a longbow. Do you want him to load up for range attack as well?
As well, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you're currently drifting in that direction, which will play out. What I'll have you do is make a group stealth to see how well you can keep yourself out of the vision of this raven being that's standing guard on top of the stone steps.
Stealth?
I'll roll for them on this
Okay.
one. Yep, stealth check. So theirs is going to come dancing across the screen. So
Ooh.
Spy has an 18 currently and a 13. So with their modifiers, Spy will have 22. Scout will have 19.
And I will have a 25.
Okay, that is adequate enough. So you giving the instructions and hand signals with thieves can't. How do you want to approach this? How do you envision the boat kind of staying out of the obscurity and stuff? And where do you want to put the boat?
Is there anywhere to tie it off right here around the edge or not? Like a rock jutting out or anything?
I would say there is some jutting rocks you could tie off to, but if you do that, you're going to cut your time down, because what will happen is the boat will raise and the rope is liable to kind of potentially come off. But you could tie it off there.
We're getting out of the boat.
Okay.
And we're going to slowly kind of creep up with the boat silently to the beach.
Excellent. I'm going to say you can position the boat where you want to kind of... You're taking it into the beach, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're
going to try to position ourselves to where we're
low to the water.
The lip.
Okay. Okay, so you also have cover.
Yeah.
That'll give you 3/4 cover, because you're going to kind of use the boat as cover as you swim in. That's excellent. So, are you going to approach close to this wall using it here? Or
I guess it would be the southern wall on the map. Yeah, then we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll ping it on that side. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. With your rolls, you're going to time it out with your cover. You're going to drag it into here up to this point. He has not spotted you currently. You will have the element of surprise, so I will let you do what you want to do on a surprise round before he's going to turn and see this boat drifting in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's excellent tactics. You're going to be fun this season.
All right. The longbow probably wouldn't be very good with the guy in the water, but the crossbow.
Yep. You're within that crossbow range for her, so she can take a shot if you'd like.
Yeah, let's have her take a shot.
Okay. Are you going to do anything yourself?
So with the stairwell.
Correct.
That is kind of lifted up.
15, 20 feet roughly. Yep.
Is it...
Does
the stairwell go to the ground, or is it an open vent on the bottom?
It's carved straight out of stone, so it's solid all the way up.
All the way, okay, so you
probably...
can't hide underneath the stairwell. No, that's fine.
Yep.
No, I'll make movement towards the bottom of the stairwell between the two, where the two flames would be.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. You're going to be at disadvantage for trying to get out of the water.
All right. 11.
Okay, based off his passive perception. Okay, they saw the splash. So you're going to move. You do make a little bit of noise. Okay, I want to ungroup you. How do I ungroup you? It's like that. Okay, so you make charge here.
Yeah.
His passive perception is just good enough to either see or hear, so he's going to begin to turn. How this plays out is he now definitely knows that you're here. She is going to fire and shoot at the same time as you draw his attention. And I'm even going to let him step, like he stepped here when this all plays out.
All right.
So she's a 13 on the dice, and with her modifier is going to give her 17 total. She's going to definitely attack the target. It's going to do D6. She does full points of damage to our target. It's going to hit him. He's hardy. It's not going to kill him. But that's going to kill the surprise element. So anything that Scout could have done because he was tipped off with the perception, that's all we've got. We're going to go right into our initiative. So what I will also need you to do, Nox, on your screen, on the upper right hand, there should be like 2 cross swords in that little column over there. Yep. If you have that open, that should pull up your initiative order. It does.
Okay.
Perfecto. We'll reveal him. If you want to go ahead and roll your initiative, I'll add it in.
Uh, 10.
Okay, 10 is what you have. And I'm going to just let your compatriots go on your initiative turn.
Okay.
Because this is your story, your background, to save some time as well. So, what is your dexterity modifier?
Dexterity is +4.
Okay, you will actually go first. So, what I'm going to do... I don't know if I can... I'm actually going to give you an 11 just so it updates properly on there because I don't know how to do that quite yet.
Okay.
Both of you have 10. Your dexterity modifier is high enough to give you the first go round.
Am I closing the combat tracker?
It's up to you. I would like to keep it open so that the players can kind of follow along on YouTube. If that's okay.
Yep.
You can move the tracker out of your
Yeah, I moved
way.
it up to the
Perfect.
top left corner.
All right. You will have the goes firsties.
All right. I'll have the female spy go first. Can she reload?
Yes, she can. She will be in the process of reloading, and by the time this starts up, she's got another bolt loaded in.
All right. Have her
Fire again?
fire again.
Okay, so here we
Do
go.
the hand signal.
Yep. She rolls an 11 on her die with her hand crossbow modifier. She has 4, giving her a total of 15. She is going to crush this right here. So she's going to roll a d6, adding 2. She generates a 2. She deals 4 points again. She's consistent. You should be able to also take your mouse and hover over your target to watch his health drop, see his current status.
All right.
Does that work for you?
Looks like it.
Perfect.
Okay.
So now you can kind of get a gauge on how banged up or hurt he is. That will end her turn, and she will start reloading. Do you want to keep her in the boat, or do you want to keep her...
No, I'm going to have her move towards the shore.
Okay, so she will take half her speed to disengage out of the boat. She plops into the water. It's about 3/4 up to her chest because she's a little bit tinier. So she'll do 10 because of the water resistance. 15, she'll get to about there with all of her speed after getting out of the boat.
All right.
And she will begin to get that hand crossbow reloaded.
All right. We'll have the elf.
Yep.
He'll get out next.
Okay.
Move towards the beach.
He's going to be able to get to here as he's got a clear line of sight with his longbow up the steps.
All right. Let's have him release the longbow.
Okay, he will do so. He generates a 13 on the D20 roll with his modifier of a 4. That's more than enough to hit. He is going to deal a D8 plus 2 worth of damage. That's going to be 5 points of damage. The damage rolls are low, but it's faring bad. Take a look at he's about halfway. He's starting to feel the effects as he's staggering around on the top of the steps. It is now your turn,
My
Knox.
turn. All right. And how far up the steps is he?
So he took a step towards everything, so he's probably about 10 feet-ish above you. There is about a 3-foot handrail on either side, if that makes sense.
All right.
So he currently, like, if you were to try to do something, he's got about at least half cover onto his AC. All the new toys and new characters.
All the new toys and new characters here. So I'm going to pull out my longbow.
Yep, longbow's out.
All right. And I will knock and fire.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
Let me get this. Hold up. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's all good.
Or it's a short bow. I'm sorry.
Okay. What will happen? Will he finish this person off? Will he break his bowstring on a crit
I
fail?
break my bowstring. All right. Actions. Short bow.
Yep.
To hit. +6.
Oh,
All right.
he's efficient with it.
13 to hit.
13 is going to just tag the target because he only has half cover. So you meet and beat the AC. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 9 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
5 + 4.
Okay. He is badly hurt. That bow shot is going to like embed into his ribs, just kind of grazing the top of the stone handrail. Gets into the ribs. You can hear him. Ugh! And he's going to stagger down, kind of putting all of his weight onto the handrail and kind of catching himself as he's bad. He is going to begin to fumble and reach into a satchel for a potion of healing. And he will drink a potion of healing. So I'm going to roll 2d4, add 2. Here's the first. 2. Here's the second. 3. So he gives 5, 7 points back. That will be his current action. and he's going to start to go up into the cavern, or at least get to the solid surface, and he's actually going to hunker down and get 3/4 cover. So he's kind of using that curve along with the handrail to make any shots or anything like that difficult.
Okay.
That's what he's going to do for his turn. It'll come back to you, Nox.
All right.
Your party.
We will move. Can we pass through a character on movement?
You can. Your friendly characters you can pass through. You cannot stop on their square. Enemies you cannot pass through them.
Okay. So it would be a upfront confrontation.
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna have them. Do they have rapiers or short swords or anything like that?
We have short swords, I believe, for spy. Yep, and for scout, a short sword as well.
Okay, let's have them use their actions to draw out their melee weapons.
Okay, so they'll stow their long range weapons and pull out their short swords.
Yeah, and then
Excellent.
we'll head up the steps. Myself as well. I will pull out my rapier.
Okay, who's gonna go take the lead? What's the marching order, the charging order?
We'll do elf, myself, scout,
Okay, so
or elf, myself, spy. Sorry.
let's see. So scout goes first.
I follow.
Hang on, I need
Yeah.
to flip those. That was my vision. I just
Okay.
put the wrong token. So spy is close to you.
Yeah.
Scout is there. Scout's going to run first. So 5, 10, 15, he charges up. You're going next?
Yeah.
Okay, and then she will bring up being spy the rear. That will be their turn. You still have an action you can take because you didn't do anything but move unless you're transitioning.
No, I put my
Okay, so you're okay. Everybody's going to melee.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, everybody's
right.
going to melee right now.
This Raven-esque being is completely surprised as he was trying to figure out what to do. When Scout gets to the top of the steps, he's getting ready to see him, being the Raven folk person, pull forth what looks like a boomerang because he was going to try to throw it and use range. Was not expecting to be rushed. So I think what's going to happen is he is going to quickly attempt to extend his free hand, like let's say it's his right hand, and he's going to cast Magic Missile on Scout. So Scout's going to take 3d4 plus 3. So that's 3, 4, 7. So 10 points of damage on Scout. That's bad.
Yep.
Scout's not super healthy. I'm going to have Scout roll a Dex saving throw because he's at the top, and I think with the explosion of the missiles and all the damage he's taken, there's a good chance he could flop over the side of the railing and fall. It's a 10 on the DC. He generated a 7 on his D20, and he has just enough strength. So he almost goes to tip over, and for thematics, I'm going to say you just extend maybe your free hand, like left hand possibly, to grab a hold of like his leg or around where his hip is to kind of keep him balanced on the stairway so he doesn't go tumbling over. But he's going to like flop down as he's pretty wounded, kind of grabbing his chest, as you can see the burns from the magic missile there. That is going to be what he does, being the Raven folk person. It is your party's turn. I'm going to say that because of this massive damage and stuff, I don't think that Scout is going to go first.
No.
He'll be able to take a turn, but he's not going to be able to be first.
Can I move in to engage?
I'm going to say if you do, I will allow it. It's tight quarters, so it's going to, like, you can move up kind of like side by side with Scout. It's just going to be disadvantage on striking because the quarters are very tight.
All right.
So that's up to you. You mean Scout?
Yeah.
You can do that. It'd be an action. Like if you want to trade places, kind of pushing him for protection. So you're going to sacrifice your chance to thwart this person. You do have an inspiration point.
You do have an inspiration.
The inspiration could be used to cancel the disadvantage and give you just a regular attack.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So cash in your inspiration point. So you're going to nullify the disadvantage to find an open window to make a clean strike without affecting scout. Go ahead and roll your attack, and let's see what happens.
All right. Roll the attack. Let's see. With the rapier. Alright, that is an 18 that hits.
18 definitely hits. You find that open window and thrust.
1d8. And that is 9 points of damage.
And how would Nox like to end, or does Nox end the life of this person?
Nox will end the life of this person.
Okay.
It is just going to be a quick right through the gullet.
Absolutely. The mask will flop off. It is not a actual being that is raven. It is a mask. It is porcelain. It is decorated with feathers. There is a human male underneath. His eyes kind of do that anime quiver. He takes a breath as the light dims in his eyes, and he flops down.
All right. I will do what I can to slow the body's fall so it doesn't make noise as it hits the ground.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. We'll see how you play that out.
All right, that's a 14.
That's not bad. You're pretty quiet.
All right.
Pull forth your blade. As you see, grabbing kind of onto his chest is Scout. His current HP is literally 6 out of 16. So he's 3/4. I kind of estimate. He's pretty bad, man. As far as healing, he doesn't really have anything, nor does Spy. I don't know if you have anything that you've acquired or purchased as far as healing goes and how you want to proceed with this.
I mean, I'm going to fumble around through this guy here real quick and see if he's got anything of note.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a percentage die. So it'll be a D10 and then the percentage dice. You're looking for about, I'm going to say there's a 30%. So 30% or lower. So 30 to 1 to 30, essentially, he's going to have something.
Nope, 72.
Yeah, nope, he doesn't have much on him. A few coins, and there's a couple gold pieces if you want to rifle through those.
Couple what?
Gold pieces?
Yeah, just take them.
Absolutely. Let's roll to find out how many you're going to get. Okay, at least 2.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. You should go on. I'll stay here and maintain the boat. I'm in no condition to help, is what he'll say.
Let's go. This is damn sloppy. Damn sloppy.
He kind of pats your shoulder a little bit, and he's going to start slinking off the steps to maintain the boat.
All right.
Unless you want to take him and tell him he's got to go. That's up to you.
No. They're fine for right now.
Okay, Spy fills a position, and she says, we can do this.
We can do it.
So, here's how this plays out. In front of you, you see kind of a carved out of this obsidian stone kind of archway or entrance into God knows what. You kind of have an idea how to go, but you know this is a labyrinth of maze-like tunnels and such. So, because you've had the maps, you've studied, you kind of have an idea, I'm going to need you to give me 3 survival checks to see if you can navigate quickly these tunnels. This is going to play into our time frame. Every one you fail, you're going to lose time because you get twisted around in the tunnels.
Smooth obsidian? What are we talking? Anything moss growing on anything?
There is no moss. There is no mold. I would be able to say that in the early portions, you can see maybe in the first 1,000 feet, you can see where the ocean goes up to. So you know how much, when it gets high tide, how full it gets. You will be looking for markings that you've studied because whoever designed this put certain types of markings inside here. They're not quite thieves' cant, but they are like identification or road maps, if you will. It's just whether your eyes can see them in the dark or not.
Because that's what I was thinking about doing, was just putting a notch in the wall on a corner that I've passed.
Okay. You can do that as well if you'd like to cover your own butt.
Alright, first one is 6. Second one is 11. Third is an 18.
Okay. So, the first 2 checks, man, is not good. You get yourself and Spy turned around. So, you are going to eventually find your pathway, but each fail, which you have 2 of them, costs you 30 minutes. So you've lost an hour's time in the tunnels.
Okay.
But the last check you have succeeds, and you said it was 18?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you get your bearings finally, and you make it to where you want to proceed to. So let's do a quick map change. If you want to clear off the boats and your token, we'll go ahead and switch over to our other map.
I can close the combat tracker.
You can, and you will have to resize the map a little bit, making sure we're kind of centered for our viewers. And I will do a little bit of commentating or reading here. So as you work your way through the various dark obsidian carved tunnels and obstacles, you now see before you the flicker of fire illuminating these new tunnels that you've discovered. There is a distant sound of running water that can be heard, as well as the faint sounds or sign of life. It seems you have discovered an active lair. Perhaps the answer, or the answers you came for, can be discovered here. And I ask you, with just Spy, what would you two like to do?
We're going to stealth our way through this right now, up to the next corner.
Perfect. So you can go ahead and do that.
Oop. Bye-bye.
Did I do something?
Yeah, it moved.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay, so because you both have stealth, she's going to give you assistance so you can move together with advantage. And remember, you'll be creeping around half speed. If you want to increase your speed, I'll just make the DC more difficult. You tell me.
No, we'll do half speed for right
Okay.
now. Movement is 30, I think. Let me check. Sure. Yeah, speed is 30. There's a 15 on the cell check.
Okay, you will be able to move at least half your speed. So you should be able to have control. Perfect. So you move to that point. As you do, you are going to see another feathered foe. It looks very similar. It looks like another porcelain mask decorated in feathers. The feather motif on their kind of clothing is a little different. This looks to be a little bit more, or lesser, if you will, of a obstacle. They are kind of haphazardly guarding a wooden and iron door. There's a large brazier not too far right about this point here that has got a big bustling fire to provide light and heat. There is a bridge, a rope bridge, that is swinging kind of over what you now determine is that source of running water below the bridge, and it kind of veers off to your right and leads into some more tunnels.
Oh. Which way is he looking?
Straight out.
All right. So
Yeah, he's just kind of in that blank, I don't want to do the stare.
We're going to rush him
Okay.
with our melee weapons.
Okay, so go ahead and move the tokens where you want to end your position. It will be a surprise because you've snuck up to this point and he's not expecting a rush. And what I would also like to do is have you roll a stealth check, and I will roll one for her, just to see how quiet you are as far as the surroundings.
I have a 23.
Okay, that's excellent. Hers is 14 plus numbers. So, based off all the stuff around you, the running water below and that over the bridges, everything, you make noise, but it's going to maintain or keep within the vicinity of this one current guard. And then you guys can make your attacks. She will make a short sword attack.
Short sword.
Okay, she has scored with a 6 plus her numbers. This guy is not as hardy as the other.
And I have a 13 to hit.
13 is going to hit. Unfortunately, she's going to miss narrowly. So you're going to be the primary damage dealer as she misses.
Alright, that's 6 points of damage, but I also get sneak attack.
You do.
That is 2d6 damage to one creature. For an additional 7 points of damage.
So a total of, is that 13? 6 and 7? Did you
Yeah,
roll?
yeah.
Okay, that was very good. You're going to run your rapier, correct?
Yeah.
Through him.
Yes.
He is still alive, so you quickly draw it back out. It's going to turn into a quick initiative.
Okay. Thingy up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a 19 for my initiative.
All right, she will act on your initiative as well. Said, what was it, 19?
Yes.
And you will go first, I'm pretty sure. Because they only have a 15, so you will be the first to react to this.
All right. Let's have her go first.
Okay.
Redeem herself.
Okay. So she is going to go first. She'll throw that short sword at him. She rolls the d20, generates a 1. That is going to plunge into the door.
Ugh.
And it is now stuck in the door, and it makes some noise. And she's going to actually start putting her foot on the door to kind of pull it free, because it's wedged in
It's
that wooden
wedged
part.
in.
Yep.
Ah.
So that'll effectively end her turn. It'll be your
It
turn.
is now my turn
Correct.
to attack. Oh, that's a nat.
Oh, beautiful. So, go ahead and roll double the dice, damage dice, on all damage dealt.
So that is a total of 14 without sneak attack involved yet.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna, he doesn't have that much left.
I'm aggravated.
Yep.
So it's just a quick slash across the throat as I'm looking at Spy.
Excellent. Okay. She is going to, at this point, as the body kind of slumps down, there's a spray of blood that kind of paints the walls and floor. She is going to kind of pluck forth her short sword, and she knows that look. She knows she's disappointed, and she apologizes.
This one, is it wearing a mask or not?
It is indeed.
All right, I'm going to remove the mask.
It is a male. It is a half-elf male, to be exact.
Okay. What's it wearing?
It currently has just basically some simple clothes that have been designed with feather motifs, so it doesn't really have armor or anything. It has a boomerang attached to its side, and it had or has a sickle clutched in its right hand. It also has a beautiful looking ring on the left.
Armor or just standard clothing?
Oh, it's just clothing.
Okay.
There's no armor on this one.
I'm going to look at her and I'm like, we got to change our tactics. And then I morph into the guy that I just killed.
Oh, excellent. So you change into his appearance.
His appearance, and I'm going to strip him down and put the clothes on.
Okay, you will do so. We'll say this. Go ahead and give me an athletics to see how fast this goes, because you're not going to take the time to do all the buttons and
No. That's a 7. I'm going to take some time.
It's take a little time. It's a little noisy. She watches, and she kind of gives you the come on look, and you get yourself adorned. One thing you will discover while doing this is there is a ring of keys in his, like, kind of that were tucked in, kind of hidden away from you.
All right.
There are several keys. You're assuming to lock or unlock these doors in front of you or behind you or all throughout.
All right. Well, I'm going to fumble with the keys, and I'm going to while we're here, I'm going to start trying to open some of this, or put different keys into the door.
Okay, I'm going to roll a perception check for her. It's okay. And she's like, well, we have two directions. We can go through this door to see what happens, She said, "Oh, we can cross the bridge to venture a little further. What do you think?"
Let's open this door while we're here.
Okay, you will assess the lock. It does have a lock to it. You will test the handle. You're a rogue. It's not locked. There's enough give to where you can go in without having to use a key. I think there should be a little symbol on the door on your map, Jason. You should be able to click it and reveal what's seen. You let me know if you can or can't.
On the door.
Yep, like above the door.
There it is.
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah.
The body might be...
The body might be in the way. There it is. Nothing is popping out.
Okay. How about now? Did it open?
It's...
Oh, it's open. You can see it right now. Better.
The door?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Oh,
should,
yeah.
see
Okay,
the
so the
visual?
one... yeah.
So the light spills in.
There we are.
It's open. You will have a high enough passive perception to determine there is some snoring, sleeping, or other entities inside this large cavern. Let me read what you got. You're kind of quickly able to assess it is some type of sleeping quarters. You count that there's at least a couple beds at the door that you're currently at. You can also tell in the center of this room or cavern is a very large obsidian pillar with very sharp, jagged rocks all about it. There's at least one, if not two, braziers that are similar to the one that you're nearby that are producing heat and light. It's a pretty tall chamber. You're estimating 10 to 15 feet high once you get to the doorway. And that's about what you got so far.
Okay.
So far, everything's quiet. I'm assuming with your stealth, you would have kind of like combined it with opening the door quietly.
Yeah.
So it's up to you what you want to do at this point.
All right. How many... Can I see how many people are sleeping in this bed?
From this current position, you can't... I don't know. What do you see on the map?
I see...
Okay.
6. I don't know if there's enough
No,
light
yeah,
in here.
your vision is going to
The only
be...
one I think I wouldn't be able to see is this one up here.
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, come back. One there. One there.
Okay.
You count at least 2. They're sleeping pretty soundly.
All right.
Spy's going to start moving behind you. Unless you don't want her to.
I'll kind of hush her and stop her
Okay, so
real quick.
she'll hold her position.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
All right. We'll go back out and we're going to shut the door.
Perfect.
We're going to lock the door.
Give me a stealth check.
All right.
Target number is 12 or better.
25.
Oh, excellent. And you'll fiddle with the keys, we'll combine it with the stealth, and you will lock said door. So the door is now locked.
Okay.
Didn't like what you seen?
There's 2 of them.
Okay.
We got 2 of them in there,
So
sleeping.
I presume we're crossing the bridge.
We'll go across the bridge. Stay behind me.
I will do. Take the lead, and she kind of gives you the direction in which she's going to follow.
Now, I'm going to walk normally
Okay?
like a guard would walk.
Okay.
So,
You've got 30 feet of normal guarded movement. And I want to make you give me a persuasion. Or a, oh man. Give me a deception.
okay.
It's probably more like it to imitate.
That's a 24.
Oh yeah. You look like a guard. And you want her to stay directly behind you? Or
I want her to stay about 20 feet behind me.
Okay, well you can position her where you want her. I'm going to put that body back so you know that it's there.
Okay.
Do you have control over her?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Now, you've crossed the bridge. You look down. You can see that there is a pretty swift flowing river. There's a waterfall up to the north that's kind of coming out of the obsidian walls. It's providing that large kind of roaring water sound that echoes, which helps with stealth for sure. It's about a 20 to 25 foot drop from this bridge. Keep that in mind in case you're looking for some sort of quick stash.
Does it look shallow or does it look...
Oh no, it looks pretty treacherous and deep. And it's moving pretty quickly.
Alright, I'm going to look back to her We're gonna grab the body and throw it over the bridge.
Okay, she will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye. And as soon as it hits, it's swept away.
All right.
Body's gone. Before you, you see another brazier, probably 20-25 feet ahead, providing light source. The tunnel or the pathway kind of curves in almost a very slight kind of S curve. You notice that there is 2 doors in your vicinity, one up to the left of you and one to the right of you. The one to the left of you looks very standard, like the door you just went through, iron and wood, to where the one on the right looks a little more reinforced. This door is also wooden iron that has been reinforced, and you notice an iron sliding peep window that sits to about medium character eye level.
All right. I'm gonna go up there.
Yep.
Can I slide the window?
You can.
All right. I'll check.
All right. I'm going to maybe. Did that open? Do you see in there anything? Did the light spill
Let me
in?
check real quick.
I just want to know if the light spilled in the room because I'm going to reveal.
It did not.
Okay.
If it did, it's just very minimal.
Okay, that's possible. Do you see anything now?
I see 2 tokens.
Perfect. You're going to see 2 people that have been manacled and chained to the obsidian walls. Both seem to be or have been kept alive, but in extremely poor condition and probably not able to physically do much other than be drugged to safety. You're going to look to see that there is a pretty significant lock that can be picked or opened.
And I'm assuming that none of the keys would look like something that would be sophisticated enough for...
Give me an investigation.
All right. 12, I don't want that. No. That's an 8.
They do not.
Okay. I'll let her know. I'll let Spy know.
Through speech or thieves' cant?
Thieves' cant.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. She's going to communicate back to you, lock-picking tools, question mark, essentially, through hand gestures.
I have thieves' tools.
Okay.
What are in my thieves' tools?
Your thieves' tools.
Set of lock picks, a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, small file, and a set of narrow-bladed scissors and a pair of pliers.
Everything you need to pick a lock.
All right. I'm going to give it a shot.
Let's do it. So what you do with this is, are you proficient with the tools? You look at your proficiencies.
Commons, thief kit, dice set, disguise kit, forgery kit, poison kit, thieves tools.
Yes, so you are proficient. That's excellent. So you're going to roll a dexterity check. So you'll do d20 plus your dexterity modifier, and you're going to add your proficiency bonus, which I think is probably a plus.
2.
Correct.
Yeah. No. No, it's
No.
an 8.
8 total with
8
all
total.
the things?
8 total.
Well, this lock is tricky.
Yeah.
So it is locked. It is probably beyond your skill set, you're assuming.
Yeah. And I'll let her know.
She's going to give that, like her head lowers and kind of that disappointed. She's going to ask, essentially, do you want her to try?
Yeah. I'll nod my head for her to come over and give it a shot.
So she will jaunt across, kneel down, and she's going to take the tools from you because she does not have her own, but she is proficient with them. Because you are proficient with them, you may use the help action if you'd like to work with her to give her advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so I will have you roll 1d20, I will roll hers, and we will take the best result.
Am I adding anything to this? Or
I just need to know what your number is.
my number is 6.
She rolls a 3, so the both of you are unable to pick this lock, and she's like, well, this is a little bit trickier than I thought. That means we need a key.
Yep.
What's your thoughts?
I'm going to go look ahead.
Okay, she will stay here It's up to you to do what you want to do. Your deception was, do you remember what your deception was?
24.
Okay, it will hold currently.
Yeah.
And you can move about.
Alright. So I tell her stay right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go look around.
Excellent.
I'm going to walk like a guard.
Yep.
Just keep kind of walking like I own the place.
Mm-hmm. And you will see another guard, very similar to the one that you just dealt with at the kind of barracks or bed chambers previously. And he's going to kind of snap to attention as he was kind of like maybe half sleeping or whatnot. And he's going to say, "What are you doing here? Why are you leaving it? Why have you left your post?"
There was some noise coming from the boat ramp.
A noise? And he's going to step away from the door like as if he's looking for some activity.
Come, friend. I said I heard a scream and I figured I needed to get some backup.
There's some hesitation. Give me a persuasion. As he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't leave my post. Kind of, what do I do?"
I'm leaving my post. 17. 13
Okay,
plus 4.
that's convincing. He's going to start running to catch up with you. He'll get to about here. You kind of turn to kind of as if you're leading him.
Yep, I'll let him go ahead.
Yep.
I'll be down by the boat ramp.
Okay, how far do you want to let him go?
I think I'll get him to like right here.
There-ish. So he runs to that point there.
And then I'm going to stab him in the back.
So you'll rush behind him and stab him in the back?
Yeah, I'm going to follow him. And then I'm going to go for an old sneak attack on him.
Okay, and I think what's going to happen is that Spy is going to like lunge with her short sword at the same time.
Yeah.
She sees him come around. So go ahead and let's make an attack.
Okay.
I'm going to give her advantage due to the fact that he had no clue about her. And that is going to be enough with her modifiers to strike.
That's a nat 20 for me.
Okay. So go ahead and double your dice damage.
Do I double sneak attack or
You do.
not?
You do, yes.
I've never played a rogue before, so I got tons of questions.
Yep. So she is going to deal 6 points with her attack. And I think she's also got sneak attack, if I remember correctly. She is... She does.
I've
She's
done
also-
17 points of damage total.
Okay. So the combination of her sneak attack and thrusting attack and yours, you guys are going to kind of catch him right in a kill box, essentially, and he didn't have a chance.
All right.
Go ahead and throw me a stealth check with advantage. She's going to help you lay the body down.
That is a 17.
Okay, absolutely. The body is laid down. She's going to begin to rifle through. She starts searching. She's going to find a potion of healing. She's going to toss it to you, so you can pluck one of these potions in front of my DM screen for yours to use if need be.
Okay.
And then she's going to pull forth another ring of keys and kind of toss them to you as well. While you're assessing the keys, she will take the body, looking to you to dispose of it.
Yes.
Yep, so she will go to the edge.
Absolutely.
All right, done. Go ahead and give me an investigation on these keys, as they do look to have a few additional keys.
That's a 17.
That's better. You find 2 keys that look different than what you have. One of them looks significant and could be a key to use to unlock this lock that you've been trying to pick.
Okay.
She's going to make her way back at this point here, near the door, waiting for your orders, essentially.
All right. Let's try this key.
Okay, so you move to the door. You pluck in the key you feel to be the one that could unlock it, and
Yep.
it does unlock the door.
All right.
When you open said door quietly, it does creak and groan a little bit because of the fortifications on this door. It is definitely some sort of dungeon door. You are going to see 2 people. The light spills in. They kind of squint a little bit because their eyes are adjusting to the light. You see a female human and a human male, both of which look vaguely familiar. The female looks to be someone of the Royal Syndicate that you have seen maybe in passing or have seen in conversation somewhere. This could be the one that was part of your Silent Sanction faction. This male, if you take a better look at him, he looks familiar, very familiar, and he looks a little bit more popular, if you will, to where you would have seen him maybe on some type of like visuals, like maybe a poster, a wanted poster or not wanted poster. You can make an investigation if you'd like.
Let's take a look. That's a 17, 14 and 3.
Okay, you would know who this person is by name and by visual, but not, and reputation, but not personally know him. This person would be Kelbrix, as he is bound to the wall, and he would be from season 1. You're assuming this is the first person they sent in, and this other person is the second person.
And they're chained up, or they're
manacled.
Manacled?
Yeah, manacled to the wall.
Okay. We'll fumble through the keys.
You'll find one you think that fits it, and it'll be on the ring, the second ring that you acquired.
Okay. I'll go up to the female first.
Okay.
Try to see if I can finagle.
When you get a closer look, you will recognize the name of this person. She is a member of the Silent Sanction. Her name is Violet.
Okay.
And you will find the key to unmanacle her. She is very weak. She is barely able to stand, but she would be able to be aided out with the help of somebody.
Okay. I'll grab her.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over to Kelbrix.
Yep.
And try to do the same thing as well.
Excellent. You will find the same key as he says, wait. There's so much going on here. You don't understand. And he just kind of like mumbles and babbles things, if you will. Nox, we need to go. We're losing time.
We need to go. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care what was going on here. Our job is to get them in, out, and get going. So.
But you don't understand. She's come back. You don't get that. And he just kind of gets quiet.
Yeah. So it's like, we can figure that out later, old man. Let's go.
All right. I will have you make an athletics check, as well as I will make one for spy. Based on this, this will determine how well you guys can navigate.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay, you're doing well. She's struggling behind, but she's adequate enough. You are going to be able to find your way, if you're choosing to leave at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll be able to navigate and find your way back to the sea cave entrance, but you are noticing the water is challengingly high. You are going to be able to get out of this cave, but it is going to be challenging on the dinghy.
Okay. I'm going to toss the potion to Scout. Like, hey, let's be better this time.
Okay. So if you want to go ahead and roll the potion for Scout and tell me what you get.
It's how many D4?
Should be in the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're already in the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Aesthetics.
Maybe. Those are the ones that are sticky.
4 plus 4, right? Or 2. So 6 points.
Yep. So he takes 6 points back. Oh, awesome. He's feeling invigorated. Him and Spy will help load up the other people as ramblings and mumblings of this human male who you've come to know as Kelbrix. You've seen him. He seems to be some sort of figurehead or something very prominent within the Royal Syndicate or working with them. Keeps trying to fight you, but doesn't have enough energy at all.
He's babbling on about is not what we're here for.
Perfect.
We're here to get him. Let's get out of here.
They're loaded into the boat, and you are going to give me... Are you going to do the navigating, or are you going to do some rowing?
I'll do the navigating. My strength isn't the best.
Survival is what you will roll. I will roll once for both of your boat people at advantage, because there's 2 of them.
I've got a 16 this time, a 14 plus a 2.
All right. Your survival combined with their adequate, not great, but adequate athletics to row, you are going to navigate out of this sea cave. And as you get out, you're going to have to literally start kind of like laying down almost into there because the ceiling has closed in due to the water levels raising.
We're going to get very comfortable with each other, my friends.
And you are going to make your way back to the beachhead. That is going to conclude your background one-shot. So I am going to read an epilogue of what transpires after. Months after the recon rescue op, given to you by the Royal Syndicate, you have found yourself in a small watering hole in a very tiny, obscure hamlet, staring into the flames of the establishment's fireplace as you replay the events, the interactions, the loot acquired from the op. The male dwarf enters in as he walks up to you. So, you're a difficult person to track down. The Council needs your expertise and skills for something they believe to be of extreme importance. You're to travel to the Syndicate's docks and merchants' landings to meet with Traynor Seawisk. You know, Gavron Seawisk, little brother. Traynor is there to escort your new team to the Dragon's Ante. There, a Syndicate agent will fill you all in on all the details. And that will end this background one-shot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.